Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
I'm the Capitan.
We're back at Andertons in the heart of Guildfordshire.
Oh, and it's the end of October, probably watching in November, I don't know.
It's a little bit brisk. There are brown things falling on our feet, leaves. And there are, oh my God.
You had a curry the night before, there are brown things falling on our feet.
Yes.
The leaves are falling off the trees, the lights are drawing in.
It's best about autumn?
What's best about autumn?
What's best about autumn is new PRS guitars.
Ooh!
Yeah.
It's become a bit fashionable, hasn't it? It's not even 2017 yet, and mega brands like PRS and Gibson are going, here we are, here's the new 2017 range, but hey. So, look, I've already done a video on some of these guitars with the Honourable Peter Honore. In fact, imagine if he was an MP, he'd be the Right Honourable Honore or something. So if you're going, oh, where's the Custom 24 and the P90 loaded Baritone and other guitars that we aren't featuring, they're in that video. But the range is so big.
It's a big range.
And
they've made some beautiful little tweaks, haven't they, that just make them a little bit special.
So we've got 4 other guitars that we've not featured before that are also part of the 2017 range that Robert and I are going to demonstrate for you, for your aural delight.
So while we're doing this, in my mind, all I've got is the photo shoot that Lee and I just did.
Ah, yes.
for Andertons, because apparently people write in and ask for photographs.
They do.
I think they're going to get some really special photographs.
Speaking of writing in, can I just say, I've got stuff to give to you. More people have written in, despite the fact last time I told you to stop writing in because I always lose everything that you send. So don't write it. Email Rob or social media him, don't write. But anyway, a chap from Australia sent a box of Kit Kats and Tim Tams in return for a bribe for us to do a video.
Do you know what a British Tim Tam is?
No.
A penguin.
It is.
It's the penguin biscuit, yeah.
It is. So anyway, we don't accept bribes, I'm afraid, but thank you very much for sending in the Kit Kats. We shall eat those later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So look, let's talk about guitars.
Right, well, Mark Tremonti is a great guitar player from a band called Alter Bridge. I'm going to go see them really soon.
Tremonti?
Yes.
Does he have a range of hair care products as well?
You know what? I absolutely guarantee he doesn't because his hair is very short.
Okay.
He's just a wash and go kind of guy, man.
That's Mark Timotei.
Right.
I'm just getting them confused.
I love Mark Tremonti, and I love him in Alter Bridge, and I love him in Tremonti. I think he's a fantastic musician.
And Creed.
Yeah.
He's just good in all of them.
Obviously Creed. But I'm a big fan of his voice.
Creed.
And his guitar playing. And this guitar is lovely. Not like, it's a reassuring weight. Not a heavy guitar.
It's like light mahogany, isn't it? Oh no, I don't know. No, that's chunky.
It's a reassuring weight where you go, it's worth the money.
I would put that around about the 9 to 10, maybe 9 pounds.
It's a box of 4 koalas.
Could be.
That's what that is. It's just a great playing guitar.
I can always tell when you're liking a guitar.
What I like about this guitar is that I think SE never was a dirty word, and it never was kind of, it's just a bad, it's the affordable range of PRS. But I think now, when I play this guitar, I don't go, it's an affordable version of a PRS. I go, it's a PRS. It just feels like it's a PRS guitar.
So there are two 2.5 upgrades really to the 2017 range.
2.5.
One of them is cosmetic, and it is at here, whereas before you used to have the dirty word SE emblazoned in large letters across here, and it wouldn't have Paul Reed Smith's signature, it would just have the PRS initials. Now you have Paul Reed Smith's signature, like you do on the American guitars, with just a little SE motif here, and then the model of the guitar is on the truss rod cover.
Lee,
so that's a little cosmetic
what does SE
change.
stand for?
Well, I was under the impression it stood for Student Edition, but I'm told that that may not be the case, or that perhaps it was the case, but now, you know, with a small piece of backpedaling, they're trying to reverse the fact that it was ever launched as a Student Edition. Yes, it just means not American. Sans something. So the other thing, the most important thing that they've done on the whole 2017 SE lineup is the previous range had some Korean pickups in it, or some Far Eastern pickups in it, that were selected by Paul Reed Smith for the sounds that he likes, but they weren't really like modelled on the American one that the American equivalent guitar would have with.
Yeah.
So the whole new SE range now has got still Far Eastern made pickups, but pickups that they've now designed to replicate the American pickups. So these are the closest kind of sounding proper American pickups to the proper American Tremonti pickups. And I think that's why you can really tell the guitars are sort of sonically are, you know, I don't know.
Well, they sound great, don't they?
They do sound great.
Yeah.
I was going to say better. I hate the word better and worse, but I think they sound great this year, or next year, or whichever way it's working.
Which year are we in?
Yeah, and there are some new colours. I think this grey black was available in the previous Tremonti, but our wonderful editor Rory now, by the power of going to the Andertons website and stealing all the high resolution images that we have, will put across the page now all the colours that the Tremonti is available in.
And also, it's a very slightly blue-grey black, isn't it? You can
Blue-grey black?
Yeah, blue-grey black. That's what that is, blue-grey black. He was one of the characters from the Last Styles film.
Was he?
No.
Blue-grey black.
Blue-grey black. I just wanted to see if it did that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Tremonti model, as it has always been, has been based on the SE245 kind of single cut, slightly thicker shape. If Rob holds it up like a sandwich, you can kind of see.
Like a sandwich.
You can see it's a little bit thicker than a custom 24 or custom
It is thick.
22.
I find the neck a little bit. There's something in the way it's shaped that isn't familiar to my hand. I was going to say difficult to play, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's just a little bit different.
What is it, like a wide thin? I think it's a wide thin.
I don't know what
Although
PRS
the
call it.
SE245 has a proper chunky, like vintage Les Paul feeling neck on it, and that's definitely thinner. So you can. These are some of the tweaks. That
I
you can
found
tell.
that neck much easier to play.
Well,
It felt
we'll
more
talk about
familiar
this-
to me.
We'll talk about this shortly. So you got the trem system on there. It's the same trem system that comes on the custom 24. No coil taps, I don't think, are there on
No, I
these?
pulled everything.
It's a great guitar. Comes with a really nice gig bag. Very, very cool. We like.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I just need to spend some time playing it to get my hands.
Rob is
and notice
getting
this.
some incredible tones this week from the Friedman small box. I don't quite know why it's called a small box, because it's neither of the two of those things.
So many innuendos.
I know.
They're not going to happen though, guys. I know that you're familiar
we're
with
not
that being
going
the
there.
situation, but
And he's
we're
using-
not going to go there because she wouldn't let us.
For extra driven overtones, a JHS
Angry Charlotte. So we should probably do the thing.
Andy
if it's-
Timmons version.
It might not be in tune now because I whammy. But it's not in tune still. But let's just without.
And we're playing that through a greenback loaded Marshall 4x12.
Can I show you what happens if you don't stretch your strings and then you play a brand new out of the box guitar?
What happens?
This is what happens if you then stretch those strings. Check this out. This will be the most out of tune ever.
Great! It's a jazz chord.
All right then.
Shall I tell you about this
Yeah.
bad boy? Okay, so Zach Myers, this is the guitar I have. He's another artist that's been working with PRS for a few years. From the
Fantastic band
Shine
Down.
Down. Shine Down. Shine Down.
Can I just quantify that that's not a Shine Down song?
I think that might have been
it might be now.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
They're probably watching and they go, guys, actually, I kind of like that melody. Captain Lee came up with something. I think it's a killer hit.
Shine down on me. Anyway, so yeah, it's based on the sort of, again, the single cup sort of SE245 kind of shape and thickness, but with a few tweaks. So the most obvious tweak is that it's a semi-solid guitar. So you've got an F-hole and a big chambered sort of section here. Love the wraparound tailpiece with the brass saddles. And I think it's like an aluminium cast, eventually a fixing. Very, very cool. So you get that kind of wraparound look and vibe, but the saddles are all adjustable back and forth, so any worries about intonation
It does
should
look
be allayed.
absolutely stunning. I just wonder what it's like working with a semi-solid live with volume.
Well, as you probably well know, working with a semi-solid, depending on the circumstances, can cause problems. These are not kind of like a Zach Myers signature pickup. These are the same pickups that are in the SE245. What I do like about it, though, is he has insisted on having the lacquer taken off the neck, or at least not applied. So you get this like shiny headstock, shiny body, but satin finish.
Because he knows what he's doing.
He knows.
He knows the truth.
And
it sounds
new
amazing.
kind of. I can't remember what knobs were on the previous one, but these look like they're see-through.
They look better.
I don't know. And again, you'll see colours on screen now as what this is.
It's
and
like a chai latte on the
These
front.
have actually got sort of like Clusen style vintage machine heads on, as opposed to the normal PRS ones, which I think are on every other guitar.
I mean, just subjectively,
So
from a completely personal... I've touched my mic, sorry, Beer. Can you hear me either? From a completely personal point of view, I mean, I like this, but that, I want to own it.
Yeah, this Zach Myers is very cool. In the Trampus green, which was kind of like he invented that colour.
Isn't it chai latte? That's what I call it.
And it's called Trampus. I don't. What's a Trampus?
Isn't it?
It could be. Is it not like?
What I'm imagining now is that most of that was bleeped, and probably elements of it were used, and you're probably going, what that was about? Well, basically, it wasn't about anything at all.
Is it? Anyway, let's do some tones. I'm playing through the stellar Friedman Buxom Betty. Friedman getting a lot of love today. No coil taps. Honky. And then I'm using a Nobles ODR1 for this amount of overdrive. And then I'm sticking a T-Rex, don't know, this was out of Pete's Cupboard of Love. And it's called a T-Rex Luxury Drive, which I don't think they make anymore, but it's a bit like a kind of just a straightforward boost, EP boosty.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that.
Can I have a little tiny jitty?
It's a lot lighter than a sort of a standard.
It's a hold it
solid
down job.
Yeah. So here, let's swap guitars. We've got 2 more guitars to come after this, so stay tuned.
Really enjoying shooting this video and playing these beautiful guitars, and I'm in love with this one. Let's have a little. Oh man,
it's lower output pickups.
Yeah, but it's great.
And a fatter neck on this.
Yeah.
So higher output pickups and a thinner neck on this, I think.
honest, it's the best SE I've ever played.
Yeah. Well, what we found, funnily enough, in the previous video that I did with the Pete, the lower output pickups that come on the SE245
It's better, man.
seem to allow the gain channel to sort of bloom a bit more on the
Well,
amplifier.
I'm going to controversially say I think lower output pickups in general, it's not the output that makes a pickup sound great.
Yeah.
It's the tonal structure of the pickup that makes the pickup sound great. Because you want to, that's my opinion.
But these, I mean, again, these are, well, I can show you, again, just through this amp, which is a lower gain amplifier than the one that Rob's using.
Yeah.
They're kind of tighter but harder sounding.
Yeah, they're really designed for his style of playing.
Yeah.
You can't. You need your boogie stack and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
One of the best things you've ever played. You and Tremonti like that now, mate.
We're like that, me and Mark. Right.
You want to what?
I don't know. Let's try some other guitars.
This is loads and loads of fun. And then you can... It's all the funds
It's
that
just
you could
insane,
experience.
isn't it?
Yeah, plays great. Plays really great. It's a baritone. Sorry. Let's talk about the spec of the guitar. Back to the review.
It's a signature series of the famous guitarist Baritone. Probably have to cut that.
Oh, look, I've got a coffee.
So, yes, it's called a 277. Why is it called a 277?
Because there are two guitars in the range and each of them has 7 strings.
No, they are 6-string baritone guitars with a 27.7-inch scale length, which is
Big.
sort of appropriate for a baritone. Comes tuned into...
Oh, it does a thing.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Neither did I.
Do that then. Let's
of bark
So
under the bonnet.
Yeah, so the longer scale length, which means you can use lower tunings and thicker strings without it sort of coming all flappy. So they'll come as standard in B, but you've dropped this.
I dropped it to
A. Oh. You've still got the Paul Reed Smith signature here. And what pickups are on this? Let's have a little look.
They're magnetic pickups, Lee.
They are the... Oh, okay, so they're the same ones that are on here. So these are the new voiced to be like the 8515s. So they're called the SE 8515s, which are the pickups that are on the kind of the USA core.
So these are Far
24.
East made pickups designed voiced to be like
an SE, 8515.
Okay.
Which was their 30th anniversary pickup that they released in 1985. Which was their 30th anniversary pickup that they released in 2015 to celebrate their 1985 birthday.
Looking forward to hearing that many times from
Yeah, it's a very cool guitar, again in a couple of different colours, which Rory I'm sure will put on the screen for you now, and still available in the semi-hollow P90 version, which you can go and watch on the video.
People inexperienced with baritones of this ilk may discover that it's not a bender. It's not that easy to bend the strings. No, it's
too
not
heavy.
very easy to bend the strings.
Not very easy to bend the strings. Maybe
I mean, you can.
Great.
It does sound all of the good. But have a little jifty, buddy.
Begs the question, doesn't it? Like, why bother
playing
buying a 7-string? You know, why not just buy a baritone? Because
you and I are the founder and of a guitar company. That could be
buy a 7-string.
Buy a 7.
Got a bit,
I think you got a bit excited.
Doom metal.
Pull that thing.
Yeah.
And now blues.
Can you take the Thomanns off?
I'll take the Thomanns off. That's...
I'm doing here. Anyway, it confused me. I need to
try that.
Can you just take the Thomanns off a minute, and I'll... You can sack the bass player as well if you buy a baritone.
Absolutely.
You don't need one. So, right.
What is it Glenn Fricker says?
He says bass players are all...
I think he's
like
really
that,
nasty to bass players. Glenn, I think you should stop your bass player hatred and maybe focus on drummers.
I think you should learn to love line 6 and bass players, because it would be good for your inner
Learn
harmony.
to love line 6. That'd be a great t-shirt for Glenn, wouldn't it?
Right, anyway, give me my blue guitar back and I shall tell you about this one.
Do you realise we spent almost half the day talking about these guitars?
I know.
That's probably indicative of the quality.
So, this is the Custom 22, which is the sort of the sibling of the Custom 24. And the only real difference between the two now in the 2017 range is
22 frets.
22 frets, and as a result of which, it means that the neck pickup can be slightly further away from the bridge pickup. Because if you imagine the extra 2 frets sort of being on here, and then the humbucker on the Custom 24 being here, as you can see, it's slightly closer to the bridge and has a slightly different sort of sound.
I wish it had zebras.
I don't know, I like the blue. Anyway, there's other colours. In fact, there are other colours in this guitar and this guitar, which I'm sure Rory will have displayed for you. No coil split on the Custom 22, although there is on the 24. So let's have a little listen to what this sounds like. Middle position. Bridge. The other big difference is in 2017 now the Custom 22 is coming with a trem, whereas in 2016 it had a hardtail. So a little bit of grunt. So again, these are the 8515 kind of SE versions, which are honkier and a little bit brighter and more driven, I think, than the SE 245 sort of derived pickups. Loads of extra gain here.
It's great. Actually really suits you.
It's a great... I think I prefer this in some of the other colours, although I guess that's all completely personal, isn't it?
You want some EMGs and a Floyd on it?
That's every time, obviously. Yeah. And a Digitech whammy, just for extra tone suckingness. Well, look, there's not much else to say about these great guitars. You know, Rob and I have demoed.
I can tell you how much they are. How much is that?
Depending on which one you go for in the range is between like sort of 700 and 800 quid. So they're
what's that? Do you know?
$7.99. I think everything we've got here is $7.99, and then the SE 245.
Where are they made?
Cheaper.
Korea.
They're made in Korea.
At a factory we like.
At a factory that we do like
no
and know very
particular
well. So they all come with nice gig bags. They all come, if you live in the UK, via, or if you live in Europe even, they come via the European Tech Centre. Cha-ching!
What a great way of naming a distribution company.
And they fill out a form for every guitar to tick to say that the nut, the truss rod, the frets, the action, the intonation, the setup, the electronics, the finish, and the tremolo arm are all, present and correct.
There.
You even get a little congratulations.
I like that.
Yes. So
I really like these guitars.
So do I. I kind of, they are becoming, or if they aren't already, PRS is the modern classic electric guitar brand, isn't it?
Well, you've heard it there first, folks. Andertons says PRS are the modern classic guitar brand.
Well, they are, aren't they? 10 years ago, I didn't feel like that about PRS. They were still the new kid on the block,
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Get out my way. Now I kind of look at them and just say, yeah, it's an established shape. It's a great guitar.
Yeah.
Got some
they are
artists.
their own thing. That's what I like about PRS, yeah.
So there we are, look. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. We haven't upset too many people.
And if not, I'm sorry for sitting through 45 minutes of us just being idiots and playing guitar.
And there you go. Get down to your local PRS dealer, preferably Andertons, and try one of these Fantastico guitars.
Yes.
And as I said, sorry to keep reminding you, but if you're going, you didn't review the Custom 24 or some of the other ones in the range, that's because we've already done that in a different video, which I'll put a link to in the description below.
Did it without me.
I know, but so if we try and do 8 guitars in one video, it'll just be, it'll sap the life from us, and these guitars don't deserve
absolutely
that.
True. No, go out and buy a Zach Myers. I've been Rob Chappers.
I've been the captain, have a plectrum. What a rubbish lame throw. That deserves a high five.
Oh!
Brian Adams!
This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.
Yeah!